guys, and welcome back to Reading Club. Today I'm going to read you Franny K.Stein, Mad Scientist, Attack of the 55th Cupid, Chapter 9 to Chapter 12. Chapter 9. Oh, and sorry if my readings are a bit bad today because I got kind of a cold, and I hope you'll excuse me. Chapter 9, Pink, Cute, I'm Going to Be Sick. Franny stared at the card. So this was what Miss Shelley was talking about. This was Cupid, all fat and pink and adorable. Now what is it that this guy does again? Franny asked. He flies around and shoots his little arrows and makes people fall in love. Pretty horrible, hey? Franny said. Miss Shelley laughed. Franny looked at her friends. She still didn't understand them, but she was crazy about them. So if a naked baby was what they wanted, that's what they were going to get. Okay, Miss Shelley, I understand now, she said, and Miss Shelley lent her the Cupid card to study. Chapter 10, Working Like a Dog. Late that night, Franny sat at her desk, staring at the Cupid card. She still had a lot of work to do if she was going to get cards for everyone. Done on time, but her heart just wasn't in it. I'm tired, she says, and tossed the card aside. I'll finish the rest tomorrow. Edgar watched quietly, but he really wanted to help. After Franny went to bed, Edgar tried to sleep, but he was still upset about not being allowed to help. He walked around the room, looking at Franny's marvelous experiments in progress, and reminded himself not to touch them. He couldn't think of anything to do until he noticed upon on Franny's desk his little rubber ball. Chapter 11. That's the way the ball bounces. Edgar knew that he was allowed to touch the ball, so he carefully climbed up on the chair and reached for it. He took special care not to touch any of Franny's things. Suddenly, the wheels on the chair shifted, and Edgar knocked the ball over the table edge. The ball bounced twice, then hit the switch on Franny's manifester. The manifester fired a beam directly at the Cupid card, which caused an itty-bitty real-life Cupid to drop out the other side. And zwing, zwang. Tiny arrows flew toward Edgar as the tiny Cupid started shooting, which is exactly what Cupid is supposed to do. Zwing, zwizz, zwang. Edgar dodged left and right. He made sure not to touch anything, just as Franny had told him. Edgar avoided jars he could have trapped Cupid in, and a butterfly net he could have caught him with, because Franny had told him not to touch anything, and Edgar was determined to do just as Franny had instructed. Suddenly, Edgar heard a click and a zap, followed by a loud crunching crack. One of Cupid's arrows had bounced off a button in one of Franny's gizmos, and that gizmo was the bigger-izer. Chapter 12. Hey, mister, watch the kister. Hey, mister, watch the kister. A loud crunch woke Franny, and she looked up, way up. Through the hole in the ceiling, she saw the moon in the early morning sky. It looked pinker and squishier than it had before. It looked pinker and squishier than it ever had before. Pinker, squisher? Wait a second, Franny thought. That's not the moon. That's the biggest baby butt the world has ever seen. That's the end of my reading. If you liked it, please click many likes and subscribe Reading Club. I apologize again for my sore throat reading, and I hope you will come back to see another one of my channels. So I'll see you later with a new and improved, I hope, channel. Bye, everybody.